Save as well from Matty Cash's shot, which took a deflection, and he's got a hand to it, and it hits the woodwork the second time they hit the woodwork. That's a big save at 0-0.
Yeah. Did it even hit the woodwork? I wasn't aware of that, but yeah, it was. I think he wanted to cross it, but I'm not sure. But I think, and because it cut a deflection, it was a great save from Georgie. But I think their first chance that hit the post, that was maybe their biggest and best chance of the game. And last few weeks, every time that ball went in. And now it didn't, and like I said, good first goal, although they made a mistake, of course, but it wasn't the first time that we were able to be dangerous after a high press. And second goal deflection is a bit of luck, which we haven't had a lot of the last few weeks.
Crowd are singing, don't worry, everything's going to be all right. It felt like a big 3 points to this one, Mo.
Yeah, it's very important. We had a few lost in the Premier League and in Champions League, but I'm glad we start coming back to the track now, and yeah, it's a good push before the very important games against Madrid and City. But yeah, it's a very good it's a very important win for us today.
And look, to have Ryan back in the side tonight, it must have been hard for you not being able to influence anything the last 3 games. It's so loud. I'm saying you're just pleased to be back.
Yes, of course, of course. I had a little injury, been out for like 10 days, but I'm happy to be back with the team again.
Absolutely. Goals tonight for you, Mo. 2 and 2. That's 5 for the season. Are you happy with how your season started?
No, but I said from the beginning, but I know football. I played football for many years. I said it's very tricky season for us because we had a few new players. Very good signing, but they need time to adapt to the old team. And we lost a few good players as well, so we just need time to adapt and know each other games, and everything will be fine.
I just want to say congratulations to you tonight, Mo. 250 goals for Liverpool. You are only the 3rd player in Liverpool's history to achieve that. You are up there with Ian Rush, Roger Hunt. How does that make you feel?
A great feeling to score goals and win trophy for this such a big club, and you know it's something I don't take it for granted. I'm so proud and so happy about that achievement.
Right, your reaction there, you were loving that number.
Of course, 250 is a lot, but we know how.
Well, look, congratulations to you both. Liverpool back to winning ways. Have a good week. Thanks, guys.
Joint most goal involvements for a single club in Premier League history. Mo Salah is now joint with Wayne Rooney on 276, 188 goals and 88 assists there. A goal, and he scored many of them, that will be so important given the way he started the season.
Yeah, I think he needed that goal. It certainly contributed to a victory for the team, so that was important. But I think he's had a difficult start to the season by his standards. He set his bar so high last year and drove the team onto the title. He just needed a little something to go his way, and certainly, once again, Villa contributed to that.
Yeah, Liverpool back in business. How crucial is that for Mo Salah's confidence and the team's confidence?
Yeah, it wasn't perfect from Liverpool, but it's a start. They were out-thought last weekend, and in midweek the manager made all those changes in the Carabao, and they were made with one eye on that game yesterday and another eye on Tuesday on Real Madrid. So that's one game that they've won. Their pressing was better, their energy was better. Still not back to what the manager would want, but they punished mistakes from Aston Villa. As Arne Slot said, got a little bit of luck with the second goal, but it didn't matter how yesterday. It just mattered that they got the 3 points, and that builds confidence and belief, and Liverpool have been way short of that in recent weeks.
Yeah, they really have 6 defeats in their last 7 games in all competitions. Worrying, we were wondering, full-blown crisis, mini crisis, how would they get out of it?
Well, listen, they started the season with 5 victories in the Premier League, and we're all thinking, wow, they're retaining the title, they look very strong this year, and all of a sudden they get 4 defeats on the bounce, and that's the beauty of football, I suppose. They were conceding too many cheap goals. The opposition were finding it too easy to get in behind them and hurt them, and they need to solve that because they've got enough attacking players in their ranks to get the goals to drive them where they want to be. They've just got to be tighter defensively.
Yeah, important, as you mentioned, those changes in the Carabao Cup, obviously in midweek, with one eye, as you said, on trying to get back to winning ways in the Premier League. He went back to a little bit more of a familiar midfield.
Yeah, Gravenberch was back in after missing the Brentford game, wasn't it? So, and I think he adds a bit of stability in there. And those three, they know each other's game. There's definitely more energy, more aggression about their game, particularly in the midfield. I was really surprised that Aston Villa weren't more direct, because they kept playing short, and that played right into Liverpool's hands, particularly with the way they pressed. They got the goal off a mistake from the goalkeeper, but it was because they were pressing. They got the second goal also because of the way they were pressing, and didn't allow any space in the middle there for Aston Villa players. So it's a start. It's something to say, look, we've got the right result. I wouldn't say the pressure's off them, but because of the next two games that they've got, Madrid and Manchester City, but you've got to start from somewhere, and that's what they desperately needed, that win yesterday.
Yeah, just speaking of Tuesday in the Champions League at Anfield, the return of Trent Alexander-Arnold is all anyone is talking about, and that's coming on Tuesday. And then the small matter of Manchester City just 5 days later. Big games.
They're two massive games to take into an international break. I know what it's like as a manager, and you're desperate to certainly win the one before you go in. You've got a couple of weeks losing your players potentially. But listen, what two fantastic games that will shape the European Cup, and obviously on top of that, the Premier League.
Yeah, I just want to talk a little bit more about your experience as a manager, and perhaps helping us understand Arne Slot and how he's struggling to kind of fit everyone in. He's still working out, you know, who should start, who shouldn't start. He changed in midweek. He changed again yesterday. Just talk to us about what that's like as a manager.
Well, he's made some big judgment calls, you know, moving Núñez on. Núñez maybe not hit the ground running, but he was a fan's favourite. His energy was a big thing. Diaz leaving the football club, obviously, was a big one for me. I didn't see that. I didn't see the need to ship him out. I understood that maybe he needed to balance the books slightly because of the players he wanted to bring in, and he saw Isak as you know, a big foil for Ekitike as well. So he's tried to freshen the squad up, but by trying to freshen it up, it almost put it back a little bit. I think they'll get better. Wirtz will get better as well as the season goes on, and the togetherness as a group will get better. But Arne has probably been really fortunate last year. He walked into a football club that had been managed by somebody, and the team ethic and that Klopp developed was fantastic to just slip into. Now all of a sudden he's had the odd challenge or two, and listen, he's a great manager. He's got a Premier League title behind him already in one season, so it'll be interesting how he develops this.
So Liverpool with that victory up to third now behind the league leaders Arsenal, who got another.
Liverpool finally halted their slump with a 2-0 victory over Aston Villa at Anfield, a result that brought welcome relief after a brutal run of form. Mohamed Salah opened the scoring in first-half stoppage time by capitalizing on goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez's loose pass, his 250th goal for Liverpool, a milestone that injected belief back into the squad. Ryan Gravenberch, returning from injury, added the second with a long-range effort that took a deflection, and the Reds recorded their first clean sheet in 11 matches. Arne Slot's reaction was one of visible relief. He praised the character shown and underlined that the win must be the start of a process, not a cure-all. Virgil van Dijk and Salah both stressed unity and focus in post-match comments, while former captain Steven Gerrard highlighted the psychological boost the result provides, particularly the restoration of defensive discipline and intensity. Attention now switches rapidly to the Champions League blockbuster against Real Madrid at Anfield. Slot has indicated optimism over Gravenberch's fitness and suggested he could start against Madrid, a major boost for Liverpool's midfield balance. Real Madrid remain a colossal test, technically excellent and ruthless on the break, so Liverpool must translate the structure shown versus Villa into a higher tempo, turnover-free performance. Team selection will be key. Reinstate the spine where possible, but manage minutes carefully ahead of a congested schedule. This win does not erase the wider concerns. Liverpool are still chasing consistency, but it offers a platform. If Slot can shore up defensive organization and harness Salah's form, Anfield could provide a springboard into the Champions League tie. Failed to build on it, and pressure will return with renewed intensity.